Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your March general reading. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. I've laid out the Mayan Tarot along the axis of the horoscope wheel. I will clarify with the African Tarot, and I use 3 oracle decks along the way. I am doing personal readings. The information for that is in the description box below. I appreciate all of you who have been participating in that. I do a free reading on the first, around the first of each month, and I pick those winners from the comments below and the donations that I've received previously. So I appreciate, moreover, your presence here now and all the ways that you support me in whatever way that is. I'm thanking you in advance for that. So let's get started, Scorpio, with your overall energy, the 6 of Jades. 6 of Jades has you working on your exchanges of energy in a really all-sided way. We customarily realize the details or the tone of our exchanges through love and money, but this is really about all exchanges of energy in terms of making room for you to receive more value for who you are. There is a deeper recognition of your value and a deeper willingness to step back to receive the rewards of your efforts. This sometimes shows that you have a tendency to focus on your ability to provide for others. And in doing so, you may be inadvertently denying others the opportunity to provide you, to reciprocate in kind for your efforts on their behalf. This is also a way of pushing back the idea of your value. This is a value that I'm guessing you are increasingly appreciating about the gifts, the talents, the effort that you do put out. So there is a lot going on here. This isn't about inequality per se, it's more about equity and evaluating the exchanges of energy on the basis of coming from strengths for both parties. In the 10th house, the place of your social identity, the way others see you, we have the 10 of Jades, the legacy card. This is powerful. This is a theme that has been consistent for you, Scorpio, for some time. And so the Scorpios I'm speaking to have realized their inheritance of some kind of financial, cultural, or ancestral largesse, that they are now in a position to give back in a way to their communities, in their world, to others, to continue to generate the abundance of this inheritance, and to make it more broadly accessible to others in a way that teaches others, shows others how to utilize resources in a similar way. So this is about amplifying abundance in the lives of many. And that abundance can take many forms. This can be a way in which you engage in education, providing information to others, as well as concrete resources that you're in a position to manage, to distribute, to leverage on behalf of others. This is a beautiful awareness in your own growth around the privileges that you've enjoyed in your life and the benefits that you have had as a result of what others have done before you. This can be from the humblest family, the many traditions, values, appreciation for the lifestyle that you have gained from your ancestors, your living relatives, and those that have passed. Even in a broader historical sense, You may be appreciating the legacy of attributes that have contributed to your survival and your ultimate thrivance. In the first house, we have the Hierophant, which very much fits beautifully into this idea of legacy. In other words, the sharing of that legacy, the way in which you've learned to become aware of your privilege, of your opportunities, of the benefits, includes those challenges that have increased your perseverance in gaining the knowledge about how to utilize the resources you've been gifted. And in that way, you are able to share the information that you've gained with others. This can be part of a formal organizational or professional role that you inhabit in an organization, in your own business. This can also be some way in which you support the certification or education of others in a process of gaining skills or knowledge. This can also be about the simple act of committing to lifelong learning process, understanding that every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. Every new encounter, every new challenge requires that we be flexible in gaining the information that is available to us by whatever means we can identify it. And that skill becomes a skill that you exercise throughout your life and you share with others, not just the things, but the process of learning about things. In the fourth house, this is the house of your history, your home, your roots. This is the Justice card. And the Justice card is bringing to you a deeper awareness about the way in which resources have not been fairly or judiciously shared with you. Perhaps you have applied effort in places where you have not received the rewards for that effort. You may have been labeled in a way that denied you some resources and granted you others that others believed were more in line with your capacity. Whatever situation in which you feel that you have been treated unfairly or you have been blocked from receiving certain kinds of resources or information, the awareness of that has increased so that you have learned to balance that within your own experience. You've learned to address that, to speak to your rights in accessing certain resources or information, and your awareness that you may be part of a larger community of individuals who have suffered, who have been denied similarly to you. This may be the process of your own empowerment as you have balanced out the experiences that brought you the awareness that you were in some ways being treated unfairly or differently in a way that did not reflect on your talents or your abilities. And as you become more aware, you become empowered in that way. That's what the balance is speaking to, your own empowerment, so that you not only can speak to your value and your awareness of your value, your ability to negotiate on the basis of your value, not on what you have been, how you have been compensated in the past, but what you know to be your worth and how you support others in that awareness for those who have suffered a similar fate. I hope that makes sense. In the seventh house, the house of your significant relationships with people and with goals. The Ace of Cups indicates a powerful healing, a powerful way in which this balancing of your values, this recognition of your privilege and benefits, Your willingness and understanding that power comes through your ability to share what you have is a way of amplifying your resources, your talents. The abundance that you experience is multiplied by sharing it. Primarily, it is seeded by your understanding that you are the prime recipient of your own self-love and self-respect. The way in which you honor your creative talents, your natural gifts, your imaginative capacity to dream your goals and your visions that are in alignment with who you are is the primary way in which you fill your cup as the first step in supporting others, providing them guidance, giving the care, attention, love, listening to them, whatever way in which you share your personal healing with others is seeded by this attention to who you are at your very core. This is also a kind of facilitating your unconscious energies, bringing them forward in a way that gives you a sense of control and fluidity about how you can turn this abundance, this internal overflow of love and appreciation of abundance in your world, towards others within your world. Beautiful, and it can certainly signal a beautiful new beginning in a relationship, not only with yourself, but with others, perhaps a significant other. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card in terms of, and if you're resonating with this reading right now, Scorpio, please like this video, please share this with others, please comment below, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate you for doing that. And I pulled the Courage card. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. How beautiful. This healing that you're experiencing is really the result of a kind of vulnerability that is able to look honestly at what your experience is and your responsibility in that experience. And the balancing out of your awareness comes through this openness, this vulnerability. We can't dream if we don't open ourselves up, at least to ourselves. If we're not able to flow if we can't open up and face our fears. Sometimes it is the fear itself that speaks to us, that guides us, that encourages us, that grows us. But it is the ability to face that and to know that you're going to be all right, that you have the experience, you have the muscle, the spiritual muscle to face whatever challenges you meet. I'm also going to pull a flora and fauna of Africa. And I've pulled the springbok. And the plant associated with the springbok is the oak, the mighty oak. And the key words are devotion and duty. Focus your energy and deal with things now. That is how you turn your fantasies to realities. There's also a way in which your ability to face your fears represents the devotion and duty that you owe yourself as a function of your self-respect, self-honor, self-knowledge. I'm going to clarify the Hierophant in the first house with the Hermit in the second house, the Fool in the third house. Wow. I always associate the Fool with Scorpio because I associate this card with Pluto. And of course, as has been spoken about at great length, is Pluto's shift into Aquarius as of last month. So it is still in the early minutes of Aquarius. It will only move 2, maybe 3 degrees, if that much. Or I should say 1 or 2 degrees until it goes retrograde back into Capricorn for 1 month in mid-October through to mid-November, about the time of your sun returning. So this is really pushing us out there onto our empowered, faithful, trusting adventure that is the result of the trust we're able to invest in ourselves and in our vision, the courage we've gained in facing our fears consistently, so that we know every time we face our fears, that is an act of love and trust in who we are. This is accomplished through your ability to keep your own counsel, to seek those answers for your dilemmas or problems within yourself, to encourage your own explorations of answers by consulting your mentors, consulting your teachers, your guides, those who recognize and understand your authority. This is part of the ability to keep your own counsel, and what it is that you learn is confirming the Hierophant's efforts in the learning process, and that's your ability to light your way and to light the way of others. This light is the knowledge you gain with which you show others the way, with which you provide others a model for behavior, for the just values that you now extol through the examples of your life. The Justice card in the 4th house is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands in the 5th and 6th house. This continues the theme of exploration, so that as you are stepping, and this takes courage here, this ability to step out onto a cliff and to tempt your ability to fly with only your memories, is important, because there are many who may be counseling you to do something safer, to do something that will be not risky, for you to protect what you've built. At the same time that you're making this leap, you're simultaneously planning, preparing, exploring, discovering in such a way that you are now empowered to move out, knowing that you have the muscles to learn as you go. You have a vision, you have a plan. You're not jumping without an idea of where you're going. But you don't need a destination to know that this is the path for you. This is about a process of being in your journey, loving your life, loving who you are, being inspired through your experiences, and learning and sharing those with others. The Ace of Cups in the 7th house is clarified by the Justice card in the 8th house and the Hangman in the 9th house. My goodness. Justice is repeated here. So this is about the way you're sharing resources with others. There's a lesson here for you. In some way, perhaps that you're negotiating your value in a contract for work. However, you're identifying the exchanges of energy we led with here. You're understanding your value differently now. You're very fluid in terms of your ability to exchange energy. And that means that you recognize a variety of forms of compensation as being equal to your value in any given project. But you're gaining a much deeper sense of your value, not just your value in terms of your own needs and supply, but in terms of your value to others, your ability to advocate for others like yourself, your ability to understand or contribute to the compensation of others who have been unfairly treated. And I'm not sure if it was you, I believe it was Virgo, who brought to mind the efforts at reparations as a way of contributing to justice being served in some larger social sense, so a way that you may be contributing to a similar effort. They're here with the Hanged Man. You're also understanding that in order to participate in this social rebalancing, this social harmonizing, this redress of some unfairness, you are consciously electing to stand back and gain a greater perspective. There's a sense here that you may be doing some research in order to better understand the phenomenon that you are contributing to in terms of seeking this redress, that there is a complexity of perspectives that would inform the effort that you're making or the team that you're participating on, that there's some form of information or presentation or value sharing that informs these efforts so that you may become an expert, someone who contributes to this effort by way of contributing information that lends to a larger perspective in adjudicating whatever injustice has been experienced. The 10 of Jades in the 10th house is clarified by the 4 of Pentacles in the 11th house and the 6 of Wands in the 12th house. Wow, you've accomplished a lot. You have really laid a foundation for your material comfort. And in many ways, that is the foundation on which you are growing your current project. You're basing this new, fresh journey, this exploration, this trust and faith that you have in what you know about yourself, what you've learned about the world, what you know you can offer to others. A lot of times people see this as being cautious, and I do think you're cautious. I do think you understand the power that you have in supporting ideas and people on the journey that you're feeling supported on as well. But through your commitment to the team, to your collaborators, to this collective effort, you are realizing not only reward, but recognition from your teammates, from your peers, who are increasing your sense of value to the team in a place where you're digging into your part of the work and you are you are diligently contributing, persevering in a way that elevates the team, that gives you a victory that may be recognized as personal, but elevates the effort of the entire team. And it is that regard of your peers that you value. You value more than anything else because they're validating this path that you're on. I'm going to I'm going to pull a final oracle card from the Crystal Oracle Scorpio. I'm pretty overwhelmed by the power of this reading. You often have the most amazing readings. And I've pulled this beautiful pink crystal, and it's a rhodochrosite. And the key words are self-acceptance. I fully accept myself and know that I'm worthy of great things in life. Ashe. Thank you for a moving reading, Scorpio. Until next time, namaste.